In this video we are going to take a closer look at the Deathwatch Killteams and how to best model them. This is the second video of a 4-part series, with each part covering one of the different kill teams available to the Deathwatch. We are starting with the new Primaris ones that got added in 9th edition, before finally reviewing the Fortis Killteam and how our beloved firstborns handle themselves in this new edition. Welcome to SwissHammer, your channel for modeling in Warhammer 40k. Here you will find tools and guides as versatile as a Swiss army knife to help you build your army. My name is Tammer and I will be guiding you through this video. In case you end up liking this content, please feel free to subscribe. With that out of the way, let's get started. The unique features that all of these kill teams have in common is that they are a troop's choice and they let you pick a combination of units that would otherwise not be possible. This actually puts the Deathwatch into the convenient position that their troop choices, and with that gaining the obsec ability, are absolutely fantastic, and you will hardly ever struggle with any limits on the other slots. With that being said, let's take a closer look at the Fortis Killteam. The Fortis Killteam already previously existed, but with the addition of the other two Primaris Killteams in 9th edition, it underwent major changes. The mandatory starting point is a squad of Intercessors, consisting out of 1 Intercessor Sergeant and 4 Intercessors. While they do get access to the Astartes grenade launcher, it is worth mentioning that they do not gain the Intercessor keyword and as such cannot access the popular rapid fire stratagem. In general, the Fortis Killteam is really the one where we have to pay extra attention to what kind of keywords are available and how they change depending on the units. This is something to keep in mind for later on. You can then add any combination of 5 more Tacticus armor models, including more Intercessors or Assault Intercessors, Hellblasters and Outriders. Personally, I think that there are 3 basic approaches to consider when building such a kill team. The first and perhaps the most obvious is adding 5 of a different unit type and then using combat squads. This lets you pull fancy tricks like having a potentially bigger unit size and also gaining objective secured on units that would otherwise not have it. So let's get it out of the way and talk about the elephant in the room, namely adding 5 Outriders. This is the kind of combination that people have been talking about pretty much since the first FAQ came out, and it's certainly a very powerful way to make use of the Fortis Killteam and combat squads. Additionally, Deathwatch bikers have access to the Relentless Assault stratagem, which enables the unit to charge even though it fell back. As far as Hellblasters and Assault Intercessors go, Hellblasters seem to have dropped in popularity due to the rise of Inceptors, and the Assault Intercessors do not gain the Assault Intercessor keyword, so they cannot use the Fight Twice stratagem, and as such, having them as a unit of 5 just doesn't seem worth it. All things considered, filling up with Outriders really does seem to be the way to go for this first approach. One important thing to mention though is that with the most recent December FAQ, Outriders do lose the infantry keyword if there are only Outriders left in the combat squad. Pulling fancy tricks like moving them through ruins and similar is therefore no longer possible, unless you would keep a single intercessor in the combat squad. With that being said, a second approach would be to leave the kill team at the max 10 models and use comparably cheap and/or durable bodies to shield other, more valuable units. This could be done with intercessors and hellblasters, with the former shielding the later. In this case, it would also make sense to match the weapon type of the intercessors with that of the hellblasters, so the unit as a whole would benefit from whichever movement decisions you make. The third and perhaps most creative approach would be to use a mix of units and distribute them among 2 combat squads in a way that makes the most use of the different models' unique abilities. Unfortunately, these options have been limited a bit when compared to what the 8th edition kill team could do, but I think even in the Fortis Killteam we still have some options left. Let's say you take 6 intercessors and 4 hellblasters. Both of these units gain the ability to take any of their 3 weapon choices, meaning that you can take something like 3 intercessors with auto bolt rifle, 3 intercessors with stalker bolt rifles, 2 hellblasters with assault plasma and 2 hellblasters with the heavy plasma. You then do combat squads based on weapon type. So in this case, all the assault weapons go in one combat squad and all the heavy weapons go in the other combat squad. You now added some extra punch to your intercessors, gave them slightly different roles, and the hellblasters gain additional bodies to hide behind. Obviously, these numbers can be adjusted for as long as there are at least 5 intercessors in total. Ultimately, the idea of this approach is to maximize what a single unit can bring to the combat squad without impairing the abilities of the rest. So, hopefully this has given you guys some ideas on how to build your own Fortis Killteams. To quickly summarize, the Fortis Killteam, as any other kill team, counts as a troop choice, meaning everyone has the objective secured ability. Furthermore, what is completely unique about it is that you can bring up to 5 outriders along. What is important though is to keep the keywords in mind for this particular kill team. Both assault intercessors and intercessors don't gain those keywords, so they don't have access to their corresponding popular stratagem. As per the most recent FAQ, outriders gain the infantry keyword when mixed with actual infantry, but lose it again if there are only outriders in the combat squad. While the 5 OPSEC outriders may be the most popular and most competitive choice, there are also interesting options for hellblasters, including the ability to bring any combination of their weapon types. Last but not least, here are some modeling recommendations for a Fortis Killteam. While it is a lot of extra work, I recommend magnetizing the intercessors, both regular and assault variant, as you can bring any weapon combination, and especially if you plan on running multiple Fortis Killteams, it really helps to have the flexibility. With assault intercessors not being that much of a benefit to the kill team at this point, you can equip them with bolt rifles instead and have them run around as regular intercessors with a more dynamic looking pose. Swapping the left pauldron on the outriders will require a bit of extra clipping and filling holes up with green stuff, but it's perfectly doable with a bit of practice. I will be releasing a video guide on this topic in the near future, as I'm currently in the process of assembling them. So that's it for the Fortis Killteam. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have been enjoying this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thanks again, and see you next time.